Hey, what's up everybody? This is iBrobot of TubeRobots, and welcome to my first episode of This Gun Sucks. Alright, I'm going to start off by going over the sniper rifles, and as most of you can probably guess, if I'm going with the worst sniper rifle, it is undoubtedly the Dragunov. This thing is just garbage. It has a base damage of 70, and actually 50 damage with a suppressor. But with the base damage of 70, any shot that's not in your opponent's head will not kill them. Unless, obviously, they've been damaged by someone else, but that's not usually the case. So, you have to take aim again and hit them again, which really sucks, because I know this part may be opinion, but I think the default scope sucks. It's horrible. There's no real crosshair, it's just you have the three-directional thing with... It's just a jumbled mess. It's the same one they used in Black Ops, I believe, actually. The only thing this thing has going for it is speed. It has a very high rate of fire, it has a high mobility, and it has a pretty good reload time. It's slower than the MSR, and I think a hair slower than the RSASS as well, but I'm not positive on that. It might be the same. Above the rest, though, so a good reload time for a sniper rifle, but not the best. The only way that I found any success with this thing is throwing an ACOG on it and treating it like an M14. With that, though, this thing has a high recoil, which a lot worse recoil than the M14, so there's really no sense in doing that. It has a lot of cons. Obviously, the low damage and the high recoil. I already stated I think the default scope sucks, and then I think this thing takes up too much of the screen. I mean, that might be get a little bit picky, because you're generally looking in the vicinity of your crosshairs and around there and whatnot anyway, but it just seems like it's pretty massive. In terms of comparing it to the rest, on accuracy, the MSR stands on top alone, with all the rest of the sniper rifles tied in the rest, so I guess I can technically call it last in that, even though it's a tie for last. In damage, it's also tied for last, but only with the RSASS. All the snipers have the same range. It is the two things it's tied for first in are rate of fire and mobility. And rate of fire, it's tied only by the RSASS, which, again, they are very similar. I just kind of think the RSASS is a little bit more comfortable, a little bit better. And in terms of mobility, it's tied with the L118, obviously the RSASS, and the MSR. So, if any of you guys are looking to get into sniping, even though it's way too late for that, anyone who already is and whatnot, avoid the Dragunov at all turns. This thing is worthless. If you're gonna you might as well not put a sniper like this in the game. I guess the only reason to use it is to maybe challenge yourself, and not everybody wants to do that. Some people want to go out there and just destroy people and really get into the quick scoping, and you can't quick scope with a rifle that's never going to get you one-hit kills, because when you're quick scoping, you generally go for the upper chest, not necessarily the face. It's a much larger, or it's a much smaller target and a lot harder to hit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Peace.